Guys, Lord have mercy, friends. If any of you wonder if you too can do this, know that you can, because technology is crazy and technology is crazy. So tonight when I logged on and went to open, first of all, hello, my name is Jennifer with One Crafty Sister. And I can't believe I'm not a mess right now because I logged into my program to go live like I do every Tuesday night. And things have been going smoothly for months now. And whatever reason, it had me logged out. So I have to log back in. And once I logged back in, it would not let me go live. And it's saying you have to update this or add this. And I'm like, I don't know where that is. Like, anyway, you too can go live on Facebook and do scary things, and it's okay. And we might make mistakes, and that's okay. We all make mistakes every day in every way. So I'm sorry for the delay, friends, as I tried to get that figured out. Hi, Carrie. So let me know. Say hello in the comments. Let me know that you are here. I have a fun project for you guys tonight. I only have one project tonight, but it teaches you quite a few different things. And I am excited to share those with you. And one of the reasons why things are kind of crazy in here, and if you saw my craft room, you'd be like, dang, Jennifer, it's a mess in here. I was out of town this weekend at Stamp Fest down in Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa area. And got home very late Saturday night, right into Sunday, unloading all the stuff, going to my studio for my team meeting, and then it was the Super Bowl. And then after that, it was go to work Monday. So it's just been a little hectic. But I do have a fun project to share with you, inspired by the project that I taught at the Stamp Fest Make It and Take It night. So Stamp Fest is an expo, a crafting expo. Hello, Carol. Hi, Amanda. It's a crafting expo, and I was a vendor at that craft expo this weekend. And on Friday night, they have what's called a Make It and Take It night. And at Make It and Take It night, there are I have a table that has 10 seats, and there are 100 people that come to Make It and Take It. They sell 100 tickets. So I think we were right around 98 or so, because I only had 2 leftover packets of the 100. So about 100 people come through your table every 15 minutes. You shift from one table to the next. The crafters do. So I stay at the same table. And we made a fun technique using tissue paper. And a lot of the stampers there and crafters had not done a technique like that. And I feel like it's kind of a little bit of a vintage technique. So I'm going to share it with you tonight. I don't actually have the cards that I made, but I have pictures of them. Can't pull them up right now, but the reason why I'm telling you I have pictures is I will share them in my email tomorrow that has the tutorial with all the measurements for the card tonight. And I'll also include the information for those cards that I made at the Make It and Take It night. So if you're not on my email list yet, you'll want to make sure that you go to the link in the video description and go ahead and sign up to be on my email list, okay? Now, if you were at Stamp Fest and you filled out one of my contact forms and gave me your email address, I've already added you in the system. So you can still fill out the form, but you should already be in there. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera down and I'm going to show you what products we're using tonight, and I'm going to make a fun card with you guys. Okay, so here we go. I have the loveliest tree, which if anyone has been around Stampin' Up! For a bazillion years, one of the longest standing stamp sets was called Lovely as a Tree, and it retired a few years ago, and we were, I would have to say I was devastated. It was one of my favorite stamp sets. It was like really about worn out. So this is kind of like pays homage to that with this nice big, like what I would call a granddaddy oak tree, being from the South in Florida. And some just really good kind of simple sentiments. Happy birthday, sending heartfelt sympathy, thank you, and congratulations. Now I'm going to be using the Changing Leaves dies, and I'm using this fun stitched label die for my sentiment. And then I'm going to be using some of the Timeless Plaid DSP. This is 6x6 DSP, and I love it. It is like, I just take a look at some of the patterns here. You have all kind of colors, great plaids. These are great for masculine cards, or you're going to see tonight I'm just using them for like a nature inspired card. And then if you're a gator fan, this is not like royal gator blue, but this pattern is perfect for gator type cards or whatever. So go Gators. Anyway. All right. So I am going to start here tonight. And let me tell you, I do have a shopping special for you for this week, like I always do. So if you place an order in my online store, the link is in the video description here, along with a host code that you'll want to enter when you place that order of $40 or more, I'm going to send you the supplies to make one of these cards. I don't think it says that in there. I think it says something else, but I'm going to send you the supplies to make this card. But I'm also going to send you 3 other handmade cards, like already made, put together cards for you, and a sampling of one of the products that I'm going to share with you tonight, which is the adhesive sheets. So our adhesive sheets are 6 inches by 12 inches long. You get 12 of them in a pack, and I'm going to use them on a project tonight, along with some good old Hallmark tissue paper. So this is tissue paper that I bought on clearance after Christmas, and I have a stash of it. And for this project, I have a piece that's about 4.5 by 4.5. So let's deal with this really quick. Actually, not yet. We're going to stamp first. I'm going to go ahead and get my stamping done. So we have a little bit of stamping to do, and then we'll go do that fun thing. All right, so like I said, we're using the loveliest tree, yes. And I just realized I don't have my microphone on, so let me plug that in. It might help you guys. Told you, anyone, you can do this. Okay, have microphone on. All right, so I am taking this beautiful tree stamp, and I wanted to color it with 2 different colors. So I have Mossy Meadow ink and Pecan Pie ink here. So I'm going to start with the Mossy Meadow, and I am going to use a sponge dauber and pick up some ink. Now we sell these sponge daubers in a little pack that has 5 or 6 of them in it. They're relatively inexpensive, and they are great for doing all kind of sponging techniques. I mean, it's basically like a little sponge on the tip of your finger. So I am getting this really inked up, all the part of the tree. And then I'm going to take my pecan pie and ink up the trunk of the tree. Now, if you're doing this and you have colors like any light colors, you always want to start with your lightest colors and work dark, because obviously you are going to share some ink color on this sponge. All right, so I've got that inked up, and now I have a piece of basic white cardstock here. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I will, like I said, email out all the measurements so you guys have that. I'm giving it a nice good push because I forgot to huff on it. Normally I would take and huff on it, but it did pretty good. I think that came out really nice. Really nice. Now this weekend we took and we did this technique that I'm going to do on this card, but we did it with designer series paper, okay, pattern paper. We actually used some of the beautiful lavender paper, okay, for this technique. And then also some of the, it's retired now, but when I planned this, it was not quite yet, the Latte Love Designer Series paper. Let me go ahead and stamp my sentiment here. I am doing congratulations for the sentiment here. So I'm using a big stamp block because you know what else is at the studio packed away with my stuff from this weekend? All my regular size blocks from my home craft room. All right, so there's that. Yeah, tomorrow night, my husband and I are going to go spend some time at the studio and unpack my boxes from the weekend, put things up that need to be put up, and bring things home that need to come home, because it's kind of hard to work when you don't have everything. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for right now, and I have this tree ready. And now we're going to get into the fun part. So I'm going to take my tissue paper that I have here, and I'm going to crumble it up nice and good, and then unfold it like so. So I have my paper. I'm going to set that to the side, and I have a piece of our adhesive sheet. And so this is such cool stuff. And this is definitely not the only technique, and not even the technique that I use, not even what I use this the most for. I use this stuff the most for detailed, intricate dies. So for instance, these leaves here cut out a beautiful, intricate design, or this little stem with little berry bits on the end. This is an intricate die. You can put this adhesive sheet on the back of your cardstock and then cut these out, and it turns it into stickers. But we're going to do something different with it tonight. So I've cut it to match the size of this paper, and I'm going to take, and there is a cut line, or a seam basically, on the back, and I am going to peel one piece of that off, and I'm going to line it up and apply it to this piece of paper right over. Now, if you were doing this with designer series paper, you're going to put it right over the pattern that you want to see. Like that was, some people were like, Jennifer, are you sure? And I said, trust me, I promise. Put it over the pattern that you want to see. So I have it partially over. Now I'm just going to take, because I have the seam there, I'm just going to take and turn it over, fold it down, and just use my thumbs and push it so that it's rolling the adhesive part onto my cardstock. And once you get to a certain point, you can just pull that off. So now I'm giving it a good rub. You can take a bone folder, which I think all of mine I took with me. Yeah, they're all packed away at the oh no, I have one here. Whew, lucky me, I did keep one here. So you can take your bone folder and go over it to get it nice and smooth. And now what we're going to do is peel the adhesive sheet off. So find a place on the edge. If you're having a hard time getting it, take something that has a sharp kind of sticky point to it. This is one of our tips for the Take Your Pick tool. You can see it looks like a dental tool, and I love it for that reason, for lots of things that I need to pick. So now we have this, and it's sticky. Can you see the kind of sheen on it? Because it has that adhesive all over it now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tissue paper, and I'm going to turn my piece over that has the adhesive on it, and I'm going to stick it down. And now I am kind of just rubbing that out. Okay, so it is over my tree. Okay, now there's a couple other things you could do here. You could fold this over if you wanted and use adhesive. I am just going to take my scissors and trim it off because that's easy. And because it's easy. and it works. Because you have the adhesive all the way to the edge, should keep it in place pretty well. Okay, so there is that. Now, it definitely mutes the color, but that's okay because I kind of wanted like the foggy tree look. So that's what it's giving me. Okay, so it's kind of giving me that misty morning foggy tree look. Now I wanted to add a little bit of color, so I brought in a third color, some balmy blue, and we're going to use some mossy meadow and balmy blue along with some blender brushes, but I do need to bring in my grid paper here so I don't make a mess. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple blending brushes and I am going to just pick up a little bit of this green mossy meadow ink, and I'm going to always start off my artwork, if you want to call it that, before I come on it with the blending brush. Now, we did not do this weekend because this would have taken too long, but I did talk about how you could do that. Okay, so there's kind of like the grass. I'm going to leave that out because I'm still going to use that a little bit. And now I'm going to take the blue, balmy blue, pick up some color. I'm going to come over here, start off again, and go around, giving it some blue sky. All right. Now, when I used the designer series paper, I didn't do this. I'm doing this because it fits with the style and theme and look of this card. Oh, look at that. Ink all over. All over. And I just got brand new Valentine nails tonight, this afternoon after work. Look at my little hearts. Aren't they cute? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let's see. Let's see. Can you hear me now? I think you guys should be able to hear me now. Just someone comment. You still can't hear me? Weird. This is a night of weird things. Okay. Evie says she can hear me now. All right. I'm going to continue. Okay. Not sure what's happening. I'm just going with the flow. That's what I've learned to do, and I try not to get upset about it because what can I do? So I have my card base. This is, just in case this was when the sound was out, it's a book binding fold. So I have a score line here as well, and we're going to open this up. I'm going to go ahead and score that. So it opens up like this and has this piece that is all sealed down to the card base. So I'm going to take, let's see how I want this. I guess that's good. That way. This way. This way. It's like a puzzle. Okay, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my paper. And a book binding fold is just a fun way to create a little bit different shape on your card. So I'm going to add that piece there. And can you see how the edging that I did with the ink just gives it a nice defined edge? I just love that. Now I'm going to take and add this. I recently learned that technique because I'm always learning things as well. I learned it from one of my new scrapbooking friends that was from close to my heart, and she's now a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's in Canada, and her name is Jennifer as well, and I love her layouts. And one day I'm going to do some more scrapbooking, I promise. I'm just not quite there yet. So there is that piece, and let's go ahead and adhere this on the inside. But she edges her layers even on her scrapbook pages, and it just really sets the pieces apart. And so anyway, so I'm like, well, let me try doing that on some of my cards, and I really love the look of it. Okay, so there is the inside. Now we're back to this part. We are going to layer this over the designer series paper. I wanted to make this a little bit tinier so I had more of this paper peeking out, but the tree just wasn't big enough, so I couldn't do it. But that's okay. Still, you can still see the paper pretty well. Oops, let's get the tree upright. You get enough of it so you see, especially here, and you get the blues and the greens. Okay, so we've added that to the card front. Now I have my sentiment that I had already done, that I stamped a minute ago, and I'm going to add a little bit of twine. I'm going to give it a twine bow behind this sentiment. I have a friend who is on her way to retirement soon, and I don't know if she's on vacation right now. I don't know if she's going to watch this or whatever. I'm hoping that she doesn't, and then she'll just be surprised. No, she'll probably see it in my email, but I won't say anything in my email, so we'll see if I can surprise her with this card or not. Okay, so my plan is to kind of have this behind my sentiment a little. So that's why I wanted to kind of get it in place, figured out before I put my sentiment down. I'm going to add some dimensionals. Now, for those of you that this may be your first time here on my Tuesday night live, oftentimes I do more than one project. It just depends. Tonight, like I said at the beginning, I was only doing one just out of pure survival necessity right now because I haven't recouped and got back on track from being out of town for the whole weekend at Stamp Fest. But also I am showing you lots more detail than if I was making you 4 projects tonight. So it's kind of a trade-off, right? So that should be good. A little lower, a little lower. Okay, so, oops. Okay. Let's trim this off a little bit. Just to have a little bit of different texture there. And then I thought I would add some embellishments, but I'm not thinking I'm liking these. Like this is what I planned on using. So let me kind of just look here. I'm gonna look in my embellishment bin. And I think what I may go for back here, which I think will be a better fit, are the neutrals sequins. I think these just will fit better with this card for what my thoughts are of how they're going to go on there. But these are the adhesive back sparkle gems, and I love them because they're so sparkly. Here, let me take them out and show you, even though I decided not to use them. I think they're too, like, I don't know, they're not the right texture for this card, but they're super fun, and they're like black, gold, and clear, or silver if you want to call it that. And they are one of my favorites. They're called Adhesive Back Sparkle Gems. Let's take like some of these brown ones. Use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to just add okay. I feel like it needs, I know you should always have an odd number, but this feels like it needs one on both sides of that sentiment. Okay, so I'll do this. All right. So there is the finished card. And so a couple other things that you could do with this is, let me pull out of my drawer of magic down here. If you have the metallic enamel effects, I could do this on here, but I'm afraid to mess it up. All right, I have another one, another card sitting here that I had played with before. So maybe I'll see if I can do this just as a fun little, hey, this is what you can do. You'll need something that you can put some of this out on. So I'm going to say just grab a piece. Oh, what you need is your silicone mat. Here, I'm going to use this, which is my little silicone mat that goes with my glass board, my glass mat, but it kind of is dusty, so I need to wipe it off. But it is silicone. And this will work good. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this enamel effects in it. And we have 2 different sets of this. So this is copper, and it comes in a set with, let's see, copper, gold, and silver. And then we also have the pearlized enamel effects, and it comes in white, black, and real red. Okay, so these are the 3 colors that the 2 sets come in. Let's see. So I'm using the copper, and I've got a little bit here, and I'm just gonna take, what am I gonna take? I am gonna take a sponge dauber. Actually, I think what I'm gonna take, and you may have some old sponges laying around. This was a Stampin' Up! Sponge years ago, but you can use any sponge. I'm just gonna take some and pick some up here. And I'm gonna go over lightly so that it only is picked up, oh, this looks cool, on the wrinkles of the tissue paper. Trying to not get it on the sentiment. All right, can you see that? That is really cool. So it's just on, mostly on the wrinkles, the raised wrinkles. So Kathy, Kathy, I don't know why it's saying page not found, but I will come after the video and I will make sure I'll check that link and update it and then post it for you so you have it so that you can make sure you're on my email list. Okay, so I kind of like it with that stuff. The pearl, the metallic enamel effects, that really looks cool. I definitely, as you can see, I didn't edge the designer series paper on this one, and I was like, I have to do it on this, and I like this pattern better, but this is a great, gonna be a great retirement card for my friend, who is she is an avid nature lover. She's out in nature right now, so anyway, let me flip the camera back here if I can find it. There we are. So someone commented that the link to sign up for my email list isn't working. As soon as I get off the video, I'll check that and fix that link for you guys. But here is the card, the congratulations card, and you can kind of see all that nice shading. And then on the inside, and again, this is a bookbinding fold, so you see that that part is what's glued down. Okay, so just as a reminder for everyone, when you place an order with me in the next week with the host code below, you'll receive a kit in the mail the following week with the supplies to make this card, a sampling of some adhesive sheets, and 3 handmade cards from me. And then a couple other things that are going on right now is it is the registration time or sign up time for March's Paper Pumpkin. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber or not, it's time to either check your subscription or activate your subscription so you can get the March kit. And those will process on the 11th next month, on the 10th. So it's that time right now. I've been loving the Paper Pumpkin, and March is our 12th anniversary for Paper Pumpkin, so you're going to get an extra stamp set in your kit. So that's really exciting to get something extra for free. All right, friends, thank you guys for hanging out with me and showing me some grace with my technical difficulties tonight. I hope that you enjoyed the project, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday for another fun Stampin' Tuesday Night Live. Have a great night. Bye.